Today I'm going to do a comparison between the GoPro Hero 9 and the GoPro Hero 10 from an action sports videographer's perspective. So the GoPro 10 was released earlier this month and marketed as twice as fast as the 9, but does that warrant an upgrade? So on the face of it, it would appear no. But being away from any action sports, I decided to do a footage comparison in New York City to see how they both stack up against each other. In these two comparisons, I did try and match the frame rates and settings as closely as possible, but unfortunately I forgot to turn the 9 up to a high bitrate mode, which is what I was shooting in the 10. So I will do some other comparisons and add those in later in the video. So the Hero 10 does have a slightly higher resolution at 5.3K versus the 9's measly 5K. Personally, I don't think this is a deal breaker for me, as most of the videos I output in 4K anyway, so I'm going to down-res them. The things I care about most with the GoPro are the stabilization, which is honestly indistinguishable between the 9 and the 10, and both are really good. I also care about high-resolution slow motion, and then finally, high-resolution slow motion in super view mode. So for both cameras, the highest frame rate available is 240 frames a second, but with the 9, the highest resolution is 1080p, which for me was pretty much unusable as most of my videos are in 4K. This has been improved on the 10 as 240 frames per second is now at 2.7K, which looks a little better upscaled into 4K. Previously, the highest resolution that 120 frames per second would do on the 9 was at 2.7K, and now, fortunately, it's at 4K 120, which is a whole lot better and is more likely to match some of my other cameras, such as the Canon R5. Unfortunately, these high resolution, high frame rates are only really available in the wide perspective. If you're looking for slow motion in the super view mode, the highest that the 10 will do is 4K 60, and previously that was 2.7K 60 on the 9. You are able, however, to shoot at 120 frames per second in super view mode, but that will be at 2.7 resolution on the 10. There are no modes that will do super view 240 frames per second with either of the GoPros. One of the biggest attributes of the GoPro is how convenient and easy it is to use while on the go. This was hindered slightly, however, with the 9, with the relatively slow startup and record time. The 10 has definitely improved upon this, but I wouldn't say it's twice as fast as GoPro claims over the 9. Saying this though, this is a very welcome upgrade from the 9, as I definitely missed shots in the past by the slow startup times. Continuing with functionality, one of the biggest frustrations with the 9 was how unresponsive the touchscreen was. The 10 has definitely improved upon this, resulting in less frustration when navigating through menus. For me, personally, this is really important when the GoPro is wet and submerged. Most functionality won't work underwater, but when the screen is wet, the 9 actually did pretty good considering it's a capacitive touchscreen. The 10, however, has a drastically improved screen, so this is handy as well. The 10 even has a slightly different unlock screen with a slide to unlock as opposed to the touch and hold that we had with the 9, which actually makes it quite a bit better. With all these subtle improvements, I have to say I didn't really notice a difference between battery life, and it's still pretty good considering how much power is packed inside these GoPros. And it uses the same batteries as the 9, so if you upgrade, you have all your spare batteries that work with the 10. All in all, I have to say that GoPro has done a great job at improving an already incredible camera without doing anything to mess it up. In my opinion, the true test of a good camera is how well it integrates into your day-to-day and how easy it is to use. And the GoPro does this really well, no matter whether it's the 9 or the 10. It just works. With these subtle improvements with the 10, it's just made everything even better and even smoother. Now, I'll leave it up to you to decide whether you should upgrade from the 9 to the 10 or not. But what I would say is that if you're a daily user of the GoPro, then you'll probably notice a difference and you'll probably like the improvements. And it might even be worth it for you. However, if you have a 9 and you only use it occasionally and you're really happy with it, I would say that there's probably not a reason to upgrade to the 10 because the improvements are so subtle. Now, there are a few new features on the 10 that I haven't touched on here, but if you'd like to see another video with that, please message me in the comments below and I'll try and make another video that touches on those different features. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.